Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late November 2023, moving into early December 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libra collective. Hope you're all doing fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my gods. Talk to me about these beautiful Libras. What's happening in their lives, please? Talk to me about the collective. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Libra. My gods, real quick, let's get this first card popping for my friends. What's happening for Libra? All right, the deck is being a little specific now. Usually, like for the other zodiacs, all right, there's something about beauty and aesthetics. You might be trying to not rock the boat as well. When I get this card, very intriguing type of energy for us to start with. Now, I do see it from time to time, and a big thing I always say with this card, it's somebody trying to lay low in one way or another. So before we really dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So first and foremost, aesthetically, this is a very intriguing look to me. You have this woman, she has that wig on, she has the mask, she's blending in with these birds. I think they're cranes and storks, and I'm not sure the exact species of the birds, but she is blending in well with them. So there's a certain beauty to this card. So for a lot of you, maybe it's something about your own personal looks and aesthetics. Maybe you're wanting to fix up your wardrobe or get new things to add to your wardrobe. Maybe you're changing something about your look, or maybe you're focused on your looks in one way or another. Like there's something about aesthetics here. But if that's not the case, this woman is blending in with the crowd. Okay, so that tells me a couple things. Either one, you might be in lay low mode, where it's like, okay, I don't want to make any waves, I don't want to ruffle any feathers, I'm gonna chill right here, and I'm not trying to start any problems. Or that could be how someone is acting in regards to you. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna let this run its course, and I'm not gonna try to start any problems or cause any waves. That's just a big vibe I pick up here up front. So do with that what you will. Let's get into tarot. And I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading, it's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright, then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. I do find that interesting, though, in the front end of a Libra reading. Okay, maybe it is someone that just doesn't want issues or problems with you. They don't want to upset you. Possibility. But yeah, while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled Explosive Action Incoming, and it does seem like in recent weeks there's been a lot of bumps in the road for the Libra readings. And in last week's reading, there was like a powder keg of energy showing up, where it's like something might set it off, right? Where either you're going to take some sort of action, or someone connected to you was like very tempted to make a move. It was very fire and air mix type of energy. So remember, that could still bleed over into this week, right? Energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because these could be your energies. It could be someone you're connected to. But let's get it going. Let's get you 3 cards here to start us off. What do we got for Libra? What's happening for my friends? Thank you. Love it. That's a card that could represent you. Beautiful Empress energy right here in the front end. That is an amazing way to start off a reading, but her card does have some extra significance in a Libra reading, I'll say that. Let's get a couple more. 2 more for Libra. Love, love, love the goddess energy. Page Wands. Okay. So back with a little more fire here, right here in the center. Let's get 1 more card out after this Page Wands. So there could be something revolving around a communication or a message showing up here for you, like real quick. Let's get 1 more. Okay. Okay. So we're looking okay. You do have a bonus card this week, Libra, and we'll talk about it, but we got the 6 of Pentacles on the back end. We have 2 cards that could be representative of your energy, but right here, we got the 5 of Wands. I believe that showed up in the Aries reading this week as well. So that's just a bonus. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, elementally, we have a nice little mix going on here. We have the Empress, which is a card that could represent you or Taurus, generally seen as Earth energy, but I see it as like Venus energy. It's a beautiful energy. We have fire, we have Earth, We have more fire. So the fire is still sticking around a little bit, Libra. But let's go through piece by piece. I do always say Six of Pentacles, even though it's earth energy, it reminds me of Libra. Look, it does have the little scale right there in the picture. Very giving. So let's go through piece by piece, because this might be a complex one this week. Position number 1, we have the Empress. Beautiful energy. We love the Empress around here, right? So as I already mentioned and explained, she is represented by Venus, which is your ruling planet. So when I see her, I think of blessings, I think of abundance, I think of fertility. This is a big card of mothers and mother figures. So maybe something with your mother figure might be showing up in this time. But this is a card of wins, victories, blessings, all those beautiful descriptive terms that I like to use is represented with this goddess figure. She can also represent potential, right? She could represent nature itself. But since this is a Libra reading, the clarifier might tell us something that's coming towards you or what you might be feeling simply, right? Because this is one of your cards. But it's such a beautiful energy with so much potential. A challenge with the Empress card that I can give you is that it could be a little stagnant sometimes, right? Like it does get that little reputation for being like a little earthy or being a little smothering. So for a lot of you, hopefully you're not feeling stagnant or stagnated in some way. We're not going to take that message, because I will say the overall look of this is looking positive. I'm trying not to get too like over the top just yet. But position number 2, we have the Page of Wands. Now the way the energy is flowing, maybe there's someone or something that you're wanting to talk about, or someone you might be wanting to talk to. All pages are messengers, all pages are communicators and students. This fire sign energy, so this could represent Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, could represent someone younger than you. It could even represent children here. So one thing I'm seeing here is like a mother figure, a child figure. Doesn't have to be though. When I see a page, it could be something new you're wanting to learn or throw your energy into. That's a big possibility with this. Or it's a talk. Now with the Page of Wands, it is very fiery, like that explosive energy from last week. Sometimes it has so much energy, it doesn't know where to put it, and it could run out of it. So in this time, make sure you're pacing yourself. It's a very important thing with the Page of Wands. But this is a communication, right? This is a back and forth, very similar to the Eight of Wands energy when I see this page. So there could be a talk of importance or a message of importance coming up when this card is here, especially in the center of the spread. Now, moving to the back end, we're getting to that Six of Pentacles, beautiful energy. To me, this is somebody wanting to give to something, right? They're wanting to give their energy to something. This is very charitable, giving type of energy. Okay, so maybe you're feeling extra charitable in this time. Maybe you're wanting to gift somebody something. Maybe there's somebody that wants to get you a gift when this card shows up. It is my gift-giving card, and 'tis the season, am I right? The Six of Pentacles is lovely, it's balanced. In regards to relationships, it does represent equality or trying to come to a place of balance. And once again, it's another card that could represent you. So when we have 2 cards in the main spread that are Libra cards, very powerful. We might be moving into a positive time. But remember, the clarifiers are going to be important. One thing with this card, a challenge, is sometimes it could represent somebody that is too giving, right? Where someone gives too much or not enough. Like there could be discrepancies with how much energy or how much even material somebody is giving. So we'll really want to see what's up. There is an underlying theme of pacing yourself in this week's reading as well, like not overexerting yourself, step by step, one foot in front of the other. Now right here on the back end, before we move on, we have the Five of Wands. Simple card, right? I always say you don't have to be an expert in tarot when you see this card. It's a conflicted type of energy. You see the 5 people beating the tar out of each other with the sticks, right? So it could represent conflict, whether it's conflicted emotions, literal conflict with another person. We did see with the opening oracle, someone trying to lay low. A good thing with this card is determination as well. It could be playful sometimes, but it could be a trial. It could be testing. So I want to dive deeper on all of this stuff, Libra. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for my lovely Libras, my guide spirit team. Another thing I'll say about that Six of Pentacles while we shuffle, it does also have karmic archetypes. Let's see what's up. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Empress. Could be very good. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you can drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Empress time. What's happening? Why is this Empress here? All right, and I saw last week, this is either something really good, or if that's your energy, you might be ready to spring to action on something. Okay, like, all right, no, now's the time. Now's the time to make a move. Now's the time to jump. And we saw it last week with the explosive action incoming. So for some of you, that could literally be it. If there's something you've been waiting on or something you've been waiting for, and you've been patient, you might get the signal or sign that, all right, now's the time. Now's the time to move forward with that. But another thing I'm picking up here, Libra, with the Four of Swords in reverse, this is energy starting to free up. So if this, let's say the Empress doesn't represent you whatsoever, she represents the blessings, potential, and abundance of the universe. So this could be one thing and one thing only, aside from the intuitive message, a massive blessing coming at you, or a massive win. It feels huge, or victory, whatever term we want to slap on it. Generally, when I see the Four of Swords, I think of someone at rest. I think of somebody like sitting back, recuperating, sleeping, resting up, all that stuff. It's not moving. It's going within. In reverse, now's the time for action. So once again, a lot of Libras, whether it is work-related, whether it's interpersonal relationships, there could be a massive winner victory coming at you, and I love it. I would claim this. But for some of you that have been sitting back, laying low, just like this card that we've been seeing here in the beginning, biding your time or just holding off on something, I could see a lot of you saying, all right, now it's go time. Now it's time to pounce or take some action. That's just the vibe, right? Maybe could be how someone's feeling towards you as well. Let's go in on that Page of Wands. Lovely. I like it. I don't feel anything nefarious or any warnings here. I like it. So let's see what that Page of Wands has to say. Let's see what that Page of Wands has to say. Please and thank you. Really want to get to that Six of Pentacles too, because that also represents you. Okay, yeah. We have the World here in reverse here, Libra. Now, I don't necessarily feel like this is a bad thing, okay? The World could sometimes represent the closeout of something. For some of you, you might be trying to rectify or right something from the past. Like, that's not for every single Libra, but for some of you, it's like, okay, I want to make something right, or I want to fix something. That's a big possibility. The World in reverse, to me, is either the past coming back around in one way or another, or revisiting the past. Because remember, the World could represent the close of a journey when it's in the upright. Now, it could also represent the world itself. So for some of you, you might be like extra strong in your opinions and beliefs about the state of the world and what's going on in the world today, whether it's like world events or world politics. You might just be in the mode to really talk about what you think, right? If you think something's wrong in the world, you might be really prone to let it rip in this time, whether it's via social media or in person. Like, it's a very opinionated type of energy, okay? But another thing here, there's absolutely a talk of importance or seriousness here in the center. So those are the main things. I don't feel like we need to dilly-dally here. I'll go through the messages real quick once again. This could be somebody wanting to make something right, revisit the past in one way or another. Either be very outspoken about the state of the world today, politics or world events, or another thing, this could be a talk of importance or a serious talk right here in the center, okay? So let's keep moving. Like a kind of like a talk that should have been had already. Let's go in on that Six of Pentacles, like somebody wanting to make something right, like fix something. All right, let's just keep moving. Let's keep it moving. I don't want to get too hung up there. Remember, that doesn't have to be you. That could be somebody else. So why is that Six of Pentacles here? Thank you. Yeah, not sitting back. Page of Swords in reverse. So it's like, all right, I'm not sitting back anymore. Like, time to act. Very similar in the beginning. So once again, Libra, both of the cards that represent you on the extreme end, it's showing us time to pounce or time to act. It's all over the place. Once again, we do have this Page of Swords, which very similar to this, communicator, represents new things. So of course we could still be in the communication realm. And when I see this page, the defensive page, showing up in reverse, that tells me it's somebody that's willing to drop their sword, right? This is someone who's like, okay, I'm not going to be as defensive with this free-flowing energetic card. Like, okay, let's Remember, I did say there's a talk of importance or a serious talk that needs to be had. I'm seeing it here. It's like, all right, well, let's plan it out. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. Let's make it right. Like, these are things I'm picking up here. Okay, it feels very diplomatic. And I do like it, Libra. It doesn't feel bad to me. Generally, the Page of Swords could be the Watcher. But I'll say this, Libra, half this spread. We have the Empress, the Six of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. These are all cards that could represent you in one form or another. So if you have been defensive or closed off in any sort of way, I feel you like really opening up in a big way here with the way this energy plays out. And it doesn't feel bad. The result of it's not bad. Let's go through and do a quick recap before we get the Shadow card. Because once again, there's big wins here once action is taken. Position number 1, we have the Empress with the Four of Swords in reverse. It's like, okay, now's the time to act. Now's the time to jump. Just like the energy we saw last week. So it's really good. But another thing I'm picking up here is, like, once again, the massive wins and victories energetically moving at you quick. Yours for the taking. Beautiful. In the center, we have the Page of Wands with the World in reverse. Notice that the World in reverse is bookended by these pages. Now, I did say a few different things. One, this could be somebody wanting to make something right from the past or revisit it in some sort of way. This can be an important talk. It could be a serious talk as well. You might be very opinionated about world events right now where you're just going to speak your piece about it. Absolutely. So it's an interesting mixture of energy we got going on. Moving to the back end, we do have the Six of Pentacles with the Page of Swords in reverse. Once again, not holding back, not suppressing, acting. Now is the time for movement and action. So I'm liking this energy on the back end, like someone dropping their sword. Like, let's talk about it. Let's do it. So interesting stuff here, Libra. Please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you a shadow card. Interesting reading, that's for sure. But let's see what's in the shadows for you, Libra. Guides and Spirit Team, what do we got going on for my friends? And yes, I always like to pull this at the very end. I feel like it's a nice thing to do, whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. A shadow card doesn't always have to be a challenge. It doesn't have to be negative. So let's see what's in the shadows for you. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it down in the comments below. There's a few different tiers of support with different rewards in there. So obviously, it's a beautiful way to support the channel, but no pressure. Let's get it going. What do we have here for Libra in the shadows? Okay, that card flipped, but it didn't pop. I saw the Ace of Wands. All right, that one like kind of crawled off my arm. We have the Queen of Wands, a card of self-confidence. This is a beautiful energy. Once again, fire sign energy showing up here as a shadow card. This in the shadows can mean a lot of different things. Once again, very similar to what we had here in the front end. So we have this bookend about beauty, aesthetics. So once again, we're getting a refocusing on that. But the Queen of Wands to me is all about confidence. She's entrepreneurial, she's very confident, and she's action-based. So this is energies that we've been seeing throughout this whole entire reading. It's even showing up in the shadows where Spirit might just be saying, be confident in yourself. Do what you got to do. Embrace this Queen of Wands energy. Even if you don't have fire placements, it doesn't matter. You could step into this, okay? Know what makes you special and beautiful. And this is a beautiful energy for us to leave off with. So let's get these cards out of the way. Let's put this Queen of Wands down right here. For some of you, yeah, it just might be shadows or something that needs to be worked out with the fire sign. But that's what we have this week, my friends. Don't click away, though, just yet. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the October subscriber surprise, the winners will be in the community tab after this week's fire and air readings. But for November, we're bringing back winner's choice. 2 lucky subscribers will get to pick a deck of their choosing up to $40 US. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which one do you think is the most fun? Which one do you have the most fun with? And yeah, after that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of November, I'll pick the winners at random as usual. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.